and all of a sudden a bear jumps out in front of you. You don't be like, well, you know, I wonder, you know, I wonder what his intentions are. You know, at that point, you want to turn that over to the autopilot. That is not a decision that the rational brain is at all equipped well to handle. Because what's going to happen in that moment is, like, and your heart starts beating real fast. Well, think about it. What's that first? We need oxygen right now. So that first big breath is just instinctual. You're taking a big breath. You're full of oxygen now. You're ready to run, fight that bear, whatever it is you're going to do. Or driving down the road. And all of a sudden, somebody his hammers the brake in front of you. Boom, blood goes to the muscles. Hammer the brake. Take that deep breath. You're prepared for that emergency. So as you're going through it, it's deciding not who should always be in control, but in the decision I'm faced with right now, who do I choose to be in control? You know, do I turn this over to the autopilot? Yeah, he's better at dealing with the bear, and he's also better at dealing with, like, you know, throwing a ball or singing a song. You know, things that we want to move through, having to really cerebrate about, and really just do by nature, if you would call it. You know, just let it, you know, or dance. That's the part you want. Dance. You don't want to be up there thinking like, oh, well, all right, you know. You want to just move. You want to be able to feel the music. So there's times we want to do either or. And the key to this is something that's very old, 4th century BC, on top of Apollo's temple, it said, know thyself. And it said when we go, we have those times when we're challenged with self-control, we're looking at it, we're wondering, what should I do in this situation? Just really sit back again, and before we conclude, you know, look at that, look at what's on the table, and think through it, and allow that to, you know, and decide which way we want to go with that. So sustaining happiness. How are we going to sustain happiness with this understanding of what self-control is and the biology that we've all inherited, at least 99.9% of us, there's a way we can prevent ourselves from being unhappy. You can keep this information that I've given you today. Because if you go into the next situation and you really accept this and say, you know what? I believe that the prediction error response exists. And I know that when I run in and I find that Starbucks closed, I am going to experience a prediction error response. You will not, it's not that you can avoid the prediction error response. If you get to Starbucks and it's closed, you're just going to take your dopamine for incorrectly predicting the openness of the Starbucks. However, simultaneously, you will get a reward for predicting the prediction error response. And so it actually lightens the load of what happens in that situation. So that is one way we can, you know, kind of persevere and lighten that hit that we get. And we say, oh, and you're like, I know what this is. And your brain's like, hey, good job, you predicted that. Yeah, you know, so you're doing well. And the other thing is to change our goals. If our goals in argumentation and discussion are to win, and we don't, bless you, and we don't win, then we're going to have that response. When you get mad, and we're not going to like it. But one of the things I learned, that if I change the goal of my conversations, if I change the goal of my argumentations to one that I want to learn, then I can walk away from every discussion, whether I ended up having my way or not, or having it the way I thought it should be or not. I can walk away saying, I learned something there. So if my goal is reached, if I reach those barriers, if I reach the goal of learning, and that becomes the telos of my actions, then I will always find that I'm able to attain it, no matter what the situation is.